Hi and welcome to yet another Facemaker video tutorial. I am Nuno and today we're gonna be talking about the vector draw tool. I'm doing this video because some of the most advanced users have been having some problems working with it. This is a basic tool still. I still want to implement more features to it, but most users don't know how to use it. And yeah, this is a very powerful tool that will allow you to create shapes and full interfaces for your watch face without ever leaving Facemaker. So let's go and start a new watch face here, and I'm gonna choose maybe watch 3. Yeah, mainly because I have one. So yeah, let's start with watch 3. And basically the vector draw tool is available for just about any image widget. So you can use this for just about any watch, any supported watch on Facemaker. And to use it, you just simply add an image. So I'll add an image here, and I'm not going to use this one for the vector draw. I am going to create instead a background. So let's make it the same size as the watch face, so full sized, okay? And it doesn't matter the gradient that we're using because I'm going to use an effect. And for this one, I'm going with a pattern effect and use the hexagons pattern. Let's make it small, something like that. And then let's apply a gradient effect. And let's create an interesting gradient here. Something like this. And add a new color in the middle, and this one will be lighter, so something like that. Okay, so let's say you have this background and you would like to start adding elements to it. For that, usually you need panels and sectors on your watch face that define where the hours go, where the date goes, and battery and the heart rate and all that. So basically I want to build a panel here in the center that where we'll put the hours and minutes and maybe the AM PM indicator and all that. So now we can create it using the vector draw, and for that I'm going to add a new image above the background and zoom in, enable the guidelines, so Ctrl G, just like that, and you can access the draw vector here. Okay, on this button you press it and then you select draw vector, and there we go. Now we have this little toolbar here where you can choose most of the features of the available features. So I said I wanted to build a panel where we'll be putting the hours and minutes, and for that I'm going to start drawing. So I click and insert a new control point, and now I want to create a new control point here. So you don't know where it will be because you don't have a preview, but you can easily preview the line by pressing Alt. So by pressing Alt, you have a preview of where the line will go. But you can, maybe you can't match the location of this one, but that's easy also. You just press Control. And what Control does is it maintains increments of 45 degrees. So you can see here that now we can easily create a line that will be perfectly located on the same Y coordinates of this first point. So right now I'm keeping Control and Alt pressed. Alt to show the preview. So if you can see how it works, and Control to maintain those 45 degrees increments. So let's go ahead and add a new dot here. Okay, so that one is done, and I'll maintain the Control pressed, the Control key, and pull it down just like that, and then click again. And then I will go and, go past the center guideline, just like that. And you'll be seeing why in a few minutes, and add a new point. So we have the simple shape here, but we want to make it round here on this side. And for that, you have these tweaker control points here that you can grab and create a curved line, just like that. Oops, sorry. Oh, now we can cover another feature here, which is the delete control point. And to delete, you press Ctrl and Alt, and over the point you click, just like that, and there goes the point. And now we can grab this one and make it round. So let's try and, oh my God, what am I doing? I am so sorry. So let's try and make it more or less perfect. I know this is still very organic. I mean, yeah, all hand drawn, but I like it this way. So yeah, I think this is good as is, I guess. So now that this is done, we need to fill it. And to fill it, we just simply select this button here. You don't need to have the first and the last dot connected, although you can do it. So if I go in here and press there, and then just grab this one and drop it on the first dot, they will be connected. But you don't need to, okay? If you press fill, it will always connect the last and the first control points and fill the shape for you, okay? So this is now done, and let's save. And you have that simple shape we created just now. So, but we need the same shape on the other quadrant, mirrored. And for that, we can apply an effect. And we have the mirror effect. And we select the horizontal option here, and there we go. So I prefer to do it this way because it would be different if I try to make the whole shape using the vector draw tool. It would be different on this side. I'm almost sure it would be. So by using the mirror effect, we achieved a perfect mirror of this shape on the other quadrant, and now we have a finished shape. Okay, so right now we have this, and you can see that the image, whenever you edit a vector, the result image will always be a full-sized image, so the same size as the screen. And we don't want that. We want to save on the image space and size. So for that, we can come in here and press crop to content. And there we go. If you notice, the image was cropped and only the part that has non-transparent pixels was kept. Okay, so now let's hide the guidelines and start working this shape. So you can see that already we could put hours and minutes here, but I want to make it different. So let's add a fill color and add a somewhat darker color here, something like that perhaps. And let's add another effect, and this time we're gonna add a inner shadow. And let's increase the strength just like that and lock the layer because we can see better what we're doing. We're not finished yet. I'm gonna add a border. So let me add a border here, and I'm gonna use mode 2 because it's better for round, for curved shapes. And increase the thickness. So something like this, yeah. And give it a color, or rather a gradient. So this is too light. I want to make it darker. So something like this. And the best part of it is this is a gradient. So if you can actually come in here and add a lighter color in the middle, and you have this, metal effect, sort of metal effect. So immediately you see what we have here. You could now simply add a time main container and add an image combo, hours, and generate. And we could now increase and tweak the number size. Let me just select another font here, maybe a thinner one. This one, yeah. Let's enable the guidelines. And I think this is perfect. So let's duplicate this one, change the data type to minutes, and voila. All we have to do now is drag this one to the right and press preview. So yeah, immediately you see in a few minutes we created the basis for a nice watch face. So let's start locking layers. I advise you to as soon as you have a finished widget, you should lock it, okay? Because it won't get in the way. Let's add a AM/PM indicator here and press generate. And, make it smaller and just simply drag it and put it there. I think this could be even smaller, just like that. Okay. So I think I'll use the offset. Okay, and let's make it darker. The normal, there you go, just like that. And let's align it to the left or right, it doesn't matter because this is vertical right now. So for Huawei it creates 3 images and I don't want this one. So when it's 24 hours this one will show, so we want it to be transparent, and that way when it's 24 hours it will be and by the way, let's go and add and select a solid color instead. And now you can see AM, PM, and 24 hours both will be darker. Okay, so this is done, and we can even crop the content just like that, just to optimize, and we'll continue our watch face. So now I want to create a structure here that will encompass all this quadrant, this lower quadrant of the watch face. So let's add a new image on the background container and select the draw vector. Okay, let's enable the guidelines and start drawing. So Ctrl Alt to keep it aligned, just like that, and we'll go all the way up here, just like that. And now I'll release control so we can have we can do whatever we want. So let me see here, I'll go here, then here, and go here. Okay, and now we'll try to finish this because I want to fill this shape. And how do we do it? Well, in these cases we have to close the shape, so I'll put a control point here and drag and drop the point on the first control point, okay? And now we can use this to make it go outside the canvas, just like that. You may need to tweak this one here. So, okay, now we can fill it. And there we go. So now we'll save, and you see we have this quadrant covered. So we created the shape for this quadrant, but we want to copy it onto the other side. So make a mirror, a copy of it on the other quadrant. How do we do that? Well, we have the mirror effect, of course. So let's select it, horizontal, and done, and let's apply, okay? So now we want to give it the same effect we gave it to this one. And this is very easy. So first we should crop to content, just like that. And then we'll go into the effects, and here we need to select first this one and give it a different name, so round. And now go back into this one, select the effects, and we have this option here, which is the copy from. And we can now copy the effects from the round widget. And there you go. So immediately we have this shape with the same effects that this one has applied immediately. So you can see how fast we did this, okay? So let's continue. I want to add a vertical bar here that will show the battery, for example. And for that, we can, of course, add a new image and select the draw vector. And we have to account for the border. So we know it will be thicker, okay? So let's add the guidelines and start drawing. So I'll go all the way up here, just like that. Go beyond the center guideline, because we will be mirroring it. So when mirroring, it will use the center guideline to mirror onto the other side. So you should always go beyond the center guideline, okay? So now let's finish the shape and connect it down here. And you might need to tweak it, just like that. And here I want this to be round. So pull this up. Something like this, okay? Just a small tweak here and there. And now just fill and save. And now we have the basic shape, and as before, I'm going to add a mirror effect. So horizontal, and there we go. Apply all. And now let's copy the same effect from the round. So let's come in here and select round, and there we go. Just like that, okay? So, or rather not. I'm not going to apply this yet. I am sorry. I am not going to apply this just yet. Let me see here. I think, yeah, this should be, since we had it and then removed effects, this should be the same size as the canvas, and it should be correct now. Okay, so now that we have this, I think, yeah, I need to apply those effects separately, because the bar will be up until here only, and here we'll have a battery symbol or something like that. So I'll be pulling this a little bit downwards, just like that. Let me see here. And now I'll crop the canvas, okay? So, yeah, I think we're ready now to give all those effects. So let's go into the effects. And first, let's select the fill color. So there we go. And select this fill color. This one. Yeah. Okay, so the next one will be the border. So border, and I think it was, I think 5 pixels, and with mode 2. There we go. And here I will try to replicate that gray color, just like that, and maybe too dark. Okay, let's rotate. Oh, and by the way, we should have cropped the content. Maybe it was pulled. So let me see here. Oh yeah, it's the X. Okay. Now I think everything is locked. Yeah, everything is locked. So let me just grab it manually and just place it. And there we go. We have it here. And the last effect will be the shadow. So let's go and add a shadow. And I don't think I had a shadow on those, but I'll be adding the shadow now to the other two. Let me see here. Yeah, and let's apply a shadow here too. So border, inner shadow, fill color. Okay. So yeah, let's add a shadow just like that, and effects, and last shadow. Okay, I think it looks better because it gives more emphasis on the element itself, as you can see. So let's remove the guidelines, and I think this background is too distracting. Let me just tweak the gradient here, perhaps make it a little bit darker, something like this. Like that, and make it black perhaps. And yeah, I think it looks better this way. Yeah, because it was too overwhelming. Okay, so we have that center element, and now we want to add a battery bar, vertical bar. And for that, I'm going to add a widget main container and a simple container inside. And I don't know if I have the preferences, the auto rename containers. Yes, I do. So whenever I select the container data type here, you'll see now it's called container 1. When I select the data type and switch to battery, you'll see that the container was automatically renamed to battery container. And this is very useful, and I use it just because it makes my life easier. So let's resize the container. This is just a container, it's not important, but I'll be locking it. And then I'll add an image set, select the battery data type, and press generate. And there we go. We have a vertical bar that we can use to display the battery. But I need to tweak it a lot. So let's come in here and first place it just like that. Okay, make it wider. And remember, whenever you're editing something or generating, you should do it down here. Don't resize it here, resize it here, because here you're creating the graphic, the image itself. Here you would edit it, okay? So remember, the rule is simple. Whenever generating, do it down here, not here, okay? So now let's make it taller, just like that, and give it some sectors. Just like this, okay? And now I want to tweak the color. I'll be going with a green theme. And let me see here. So want it to be a green, almost gray color. Yeah, just so it's not obvious that it's a green. I want it to be something like a army green. Okay, this could be lighter, I guess. Yeah, I think this is perfect. So let's add this color into the favorites, just like that. And okay, this is now done, and you can see you can scroll by the images or see them there by pressing the frame editor button here. So these were the images that were created, and we can scroll them using shift and the mouse wheel. Okay, and now that this is done, we need a background image, a placeholder image. And for that, I am going to the last frame here on the image set, and I'm going to frame to image widget. And what it does is it copies the last image of this image set into an image, a static image, right here. Okay, so let's put it on the background and hide this image set for now. And now we have this static image that we can use to create a placeholder. And for that, first I need to make it grayscale. So it's coming here and select grayscale, and perhaps apply a inner shadow, just like that. And maybe, you know, reduce the brightness, make it darker, something like that. And yeah, I think this is perfect. And I forgot to apply a inner shadow to the image set too, so let's do it now. Inner shadow, there we go. And now we can press preview, and you see what we have here. So basically we created a vertical bar, a vertical widget there that shows the battery only using the vector draw and some image effects. How great is that? Okay, so now I'm gonna have the icon, the battery icon here. So image, and you can use one from the library or import your own, but Facemaker has several. So as you can see, I'm using this one. Okay, and let me see if everything is locked. And I believe it is, and in fact it is. Let's resize it like that and place it, lock it, and now let's give it a darker color. So let's use a fill color, and let's go with a dark gray or even black. Well, you know what? I'm going to sample this green color. Let me see how it looks. And I think it looks good. Yeah, there we go. We could even add a bevel effect to make it look like it's indented. So I need to invert this, the X and Y, and here positive to negative, and there we go. And maybe we can make the highlight darker, something like this. And there we go. This is done now, and we could proceed. So for example, I need another panel here where we would put the weather or something like that. And this is very easy. Let's add a new image and select draw vector. And here, enable the guidelines, of course, and start drawing another panel. So something like this, go beyond the center guideline, and then try to connect this dot here, this point, with this one. So drag and drop it, grab the control points here, and try to go off screen. And now we can fill, save, and effects, mirror, horizontal, and apply. And now we can even copy the effects from here, from the round one. So this should be as easy as selecting, well, I don't think this is, yeah, it has, so it has to be here. Let me just crop the content first, and then here, copy from, well, this is weird. Let's rename this one and see if it shows. So bottom, and now this one, effects, copy from, bottom. Oh, the round was here. I am so sorry. Yeah, the round was here, but yeah, it works just the same. Okay, so now you see how this is coming along. I think it's coming along quite nicely. We very quickly have the basis of what could be a great watch face. So for example, up here, we could have the weather and temperatures below by adding another panel here, for example. So let me show you real quick. So draw vector, enable the guidelines and start drawing. So here, 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 and finish this like that. Fill. Oh, and by the way, I haven't covered some of the features you see here. So basically, this one defines the line color. So let me say, let's say you want the line to be black, and you can see here. Okay, and this one defines the fill color. So let's make it red and fill. So now the line is black and the fill is red. So let's increase the line width so you can see better, or rather give it another color. So yeah, those are the colors you can use. So the line color and the fill color. Okay, so here I don't need such a thick line, so I'm going to go with one. This one defines the shape, or rather if you want to fill it or not. Okay, and this one the shape of the cap. So let's say, for example, here, let's increase the size of this border. If I select a square cap, you see what happens there. So this is a square cap, and this is round. So it will round the tip of the line to be round or square. Okay, in this case we're going with round. Okay, so basically let's make this one like that, and I don't care about the colors because I'm going to use a fill color effect later. This one, so this one is important too, because sometimes you want to see the effect of the line you're creating. So let's say now you have all these control points and you're used to tweak it. If you press this button here, they will disappear. I mean, they're still there and you can edit them. Although you have to guess where they are, basically. But what this does is hides them, so you can see the final result. So I'm enabling them like that because I'm still tweaking, just like this. And this last button just resets the shape. So it will delete all the points and lets you start over. I won't be pressing because the shape is perfect. It's exactly as I want it, so I'm not going to delete the points. Oh, and by the way, this one here enables snapping. So you may have noticed that I made one last point here and then dragged it and it connected here. So it connected because I have the dragging or the snapping enabled here. It wouldn't do so if it was disabled. Okay, so usually I always work with it enabled, but you might find cases where you need it to be, unlinked or not to snap. I don't know. The option is here, and use it if you want to. So this is done, okay? And now I think I didn't fill it, so edit vector. Yeah, it wasn't filled. Now let's save, and the shape is here. And now we are going to apply a mirror, as before, horizontal, just like that. And now I'm gonna fill color, like this, and make it dark, something like that. And remember, this could, you could put the temperatures here or whatever you want, and apply. And finally, I'll add a inner shadow, so to make it look like it's indented on this shape. Okay, so basically, yes, this shape is finished. So let's hide the guidelines here, and you can see what we have here. So we have an almost finished watch interface. So it's a little bit basic, but we did it with just a few lines and a few image effects without ever leaving Facemaker. So now I want to show you one final feature of the vector draw. So we have this, this shape here, and we want to create some sort of vent or something like that, to make it look like a vent. And we can do it with a vector draw tool. And for that, I am going to press draw vector and start drawing. Okay, so we'll be going with this shape here. So click and click, and let's make it black and increase the width, something like that. Okay, and now it's a good time to use the square. Now you can see what the square is good for. So okay, let's try and tweak it, something like that. And now I need to create a separate, an independent, not connected point. And for that, we press Shift and click. There you go. And now we can release Shift and click. And there you go. Now we have an independent line we created, and continue using the Shift. So here, Shift and release Shift and click, and Shift and release Shift and click. Okay, so now let's hide the control points and see what we have here. And okay, this could be used to simulate some sort of a vent there. And let's try and tweak this, and I believe this will work. Let me see here if we can further perfect this. There we go. Now this is done, and let's save. And okay, so now I'm gonna add first I'm gonna crop the content, or rather not. I don't need to crop the content. I can crop the canvas because I'm going to mirror these shapes onto the other side. Okay, so let's zoom in and add a fill color effect. So fill color, and select a brighter gray, something like that, and then add a inner shadow effect. So inner shadow, there we go. Now I don't need it to be so blurred. Maybe increase the strength. Let me see here. Yeah, that will work. So this is now done. All we need to do is come in here and select the mirror modifier, horizontal, and it's mirrored onto the other side. So immediately you see the possibilities here are endless, and you can do whatever you need for your watch faces without ever leaving Facemaker. So this was the vector draw tool in a nutshell. So basically you can add an image, and you can add it on any of the containers you have for Huawei or a mass fit. And then you come in here on this button here and select draw vector, okay? And once you select draw vector, you have this toolbar, and I think I explained all the buttons here, but basically what you need to know is you click to add points, okay? You Ctrl Alt to and over a control point to delete it and click, okay? You press Alt to preview where the line will end when you click the mouse button. So it's pointing here. If I press, you see it is exactly as the preview was showing. And then you have besides Alt you have Control. So Control Alt will move the line in 45 degrees increments. So Control Alt can be used to delete if you're overing a control point, or to draw in 45 degrees if you're not over a control point, okay? So let's make it a line here using the 45 degrees increments, just like that. You can see how easy it is to create straight lines, okay? And yeah, this is basically the vector draw tool. I hope you liked it, and yeah, I will be developing this this tool further in the future. I have many ideas for it, and I'm sure that it will become a more professional tool, and that will continue to allow you to create full watch faces without ever leaving Facemaker. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye!